Today's ecology lesson is all about the movement of water. This is the study of hydrology. Hydrology is the study of the distribution and movement of water, both on and below the Earth's surface, as well as the impact of human activity on water availability and conditions. One of the major cycles of our Earth is a process called the water cycle. An important thing to know about water is that the same water has remained on our planet since the beginning of time. Water never actually enters or leaves the Earth, it simply changes forms. These forms are the different stages of the water cycle. We have evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, runoff, percolation, and accumulation. Evaporation is when our surface water is heated by the sun and changes into a gaseous vapor state. Transpiration is when water within the plants is heated and evaporates through the openings in the leaves. Condensation converts water from a gaseous vapor state into liquid water. Precipitation returns this liquid water to the surface as rain, snow, hail, and more. Runoff occurs when there is more water than the ground can absorb. The water is forced by gravity to move towards larger water accumulations. Accumulation is the collection of water in natural reservoirs, such as oceans, lakes, and rivers. And percolation is when water saturates through the ground and into the soil. So water can now be separated into surface water and groundwater. It can either stay on the Earth's surface and run off to lower ground as surface water, or it can saturate into the ground to create groundwater in the form of underground lakes, rivers, and aquifers. But not all surfaces are the same, and some will create more runoff. For example, when rain hits concrete, all of the water becomes surface runoff. Whereas when rain hits grass, only some water runs off, while the rest percolates into the ground or gets absorbed by trees. Runoff can be horrible for our planet because the water carries away any harmful substances with it. Trash, pollution, hazardous materials, harmful nutrients, and more. No matter what though, all of the water is flowing towards a single point in an area. We call this a watershed. A watershed is a system of waterways carrying water to the same body. All of you live within a local watershed that you depend on, as we all need water to survive. It's just another reason why it's so important to take care of our beautiful planet. So let's review what we've learned. First, hydrology is the study of the distribution and movement of water, both on and below the Earth's surface, as well as the impact of human activity on water availability and conditions. Second, one of the major cycles of our Earth is a process called the water cycle. There are 7 stages within the water cycle that represent the different forms of water: evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, runoff, percolation, and accumulation. Third, water can be separated into surface water and groundwater. This is when water can either stay on the Earth's surface and run off to lower ground as surface water, or it can seep into the ground to create underground lakes, rivers, and aquifers as groundwater. Surface runoff can have horrible consequences for our environment, as the water can carry away any harmful substances with it. Fourth, a watershed is a system of waterways carrying water to the same body. Everybody lives within a local watershed and depends on it for their survival. Thank you for joining me for this ecology lesson on the movement of water. So what can you do to help keep our water clean? We've learned that with water runoff, whatever is on the ground could potentially end up somewhere entirely different. So a good start would be to not put any harmful materials on the ground. This can include the use of fertilizers or other chemicals on your lawn. It's also a good idea to always pick up the trash. Be well, my friends, and always remember that you are awesome. Subscribe to my channel to stay updated, and a like is always appreciated. We'll see you next time at Sam's Outdoor Science for Kids.